Hey boys, welcome back to some more Rugby League 26 news and info, and I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I just kept forgetting to do it, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it now, and then I forgot, and then something happened, so finally talking about this. So it's nothing too major, nothing too crazy, but we have a little comment here, people asking about the digital pre-orders, blah blah blah. Ross has been very busy on Twitter. This came out a while ago, like a week ago now. But a good point here, rosters will be updated to be current at release per Super League NRL guidelines. So yeah, any late changes, it'll be implemented. And then they've said before that they are going to be updating the game. How often, I don't know, but hopefully pretty often. And then a comment here. Is there a reason for no captain's challenge? I understand it would be quite a hard thing to implement, which I think in the initial leak, that big long list, I'll link it in the comments or description. We talked about it in a couple of videos. I think he did mention that there were no captain challenges in that build he played. Now, Ross says not all things mentioned in the wild are true. Now, this sort of makes sense. Like, I take this to believe that captain challenges will be in the game, right? It would be surprising if they weren't, because, I mean, there's a couple of points. One, they obviously have to be up to date with the new rules of the game. He's mentioned as well in other comments that, and I think we saw in the notes, or maybe the trophies, I actually don't know if we did, but there's 2040s are in the game. There's different rules for Super League and NRL, which he confirmed they'll be correct. Like, I don't think the Super League have 2040s, if I'm not mistaken. He also made a point that the women's game will be precise, like the different rulings in the women's game. So it makes sense the captain challenges would have to sort of be in the game. It's just going to be very interesting how they are implemented. We talked about it that if there was like, I mean, I feel like they have to bring back a strip option. Like, there's been stripping in previous games. There haven't been any. I don't think there were any in Rugby League. Have there been any in the live series? I don't think so. I'm trying to think of live 2 if they had a strip animation. I think they did. Did they? I don't know. In live 3 and live 4, they definitely didn't, but I'd be surprised if there potentially wasn't some sort of stripping option you can try to do, because I'm just wondering how else you would do a captain challenge, because if it's a knock-on, it's a knock-on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm keen to see how they implement it, but I'm from this exchange, I would say captain challenges are in the game. And then Dingo here, who's been in the, I remember seeing Dingo, he's been in the community since the old days of Live 3. He asked Ross how much of the massive leak list is wrong due to limited build or poor remembering, and Ross replies here about 90% correct, and he obviously doesn't say which 10%. I'd imagine like the no captain challenge, and a couple of things he didn't. I think in the list he does mention that like the set plays and stuff were turned off, and a few other things. So yeah, there's going to be quite a bit added after that build that they played. So I mean, it's good to know that he does say 90% correct though, which I think is a pretty decent amount. Because yeah, like that's he obviously went through the list. Most of the stuff, you know, the vast majority of it was correct. There's probably a few bits and bobs that were a bit nonsense, but yeah, for the most part, that list was pretty spot on, and Ross has obviously had a look at it. This guy asked about the what's he asked? Can you please tell us for the dude that said he tested the game as... Okay, there. Well, he obviously wasn't lying, but Ross does reply pre-release game with menu options removed. So I think that's like camera angles and interchange he did mention as well. Did he say anything else of note? Yeah, that's pretty much all that. So I basically wanted to make this video to just let people know that they're probably... I'd say high chance there are captain challenges, and the list we did get has pretty much been confirmed that I mean it is true. 90% of it is correct. There's The 10%, I mean, you've got to make up your own mind. It's probably quite a bit to do with like what was missing and this and that. So yeah, just a short little video for you guys to check out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. The game is coming out very soon. I'm very excited. We are going to get a trailer. Ross has mentioned that. Also, another thing of note, he has mentioned that the Super League have been very good to work with, the NRL not so much. The Super League, apparently, he did say in a previous comment that potentially in the next few days, when I'm making this video, in the next few days, the Super League will hopefully have something else out. Potentially a trailer, potentially some sort of something like that nature. He seems to think that the Super League is definitely doing a good job with the marketing. The NRL, he doesn't know when they're going to release anything, which is, I don't know what the NRL's doing, bro. Like, why? Like, I don't know. But apparently the Super League is all on board about the marketing. So hopefully in the next few days we get to see a little bit of in-action trailer footage. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe some more screenshots. Wouldn't be the worst either, but we'll see. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.